all the way through the outside until the back side over here where we make our first serious right-hand turn at the compromise. Okay, so third gear all the way through. Pretty good speed through here, actually. That's why we call it a man turn. As you're sitting here looking, the first thing you see are some orange cones. Those are your braking reference cones. You start out with 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, somewhere after the 3 cone, that's where you go to the brake pedal. There's a solid blue cone at the end of those orange cones. That's your turn-in cone, okay? So we'll talk you through it as we go through here. You're off the line, first gear, second gear, and third gear, all right? As you are approaching the reference cones, my vision's locked in on the blue. Somewhere past the 3, about a number 6 or 7 brake pedal. Look where I'm at here. My car has not had any steering put in it. I am at the blue cone. Here's where it starts to get busy, okay? Now I am releasing off the brake pedal. My vision is at my first apex cone. Double apex here, okay? That means you've got an apex cone on entry, an apex cone on exit, and a track out cone. This is one of the rare turns that we have that. If you go to a racetrack, I don't know if you guys run around here, but Charlotte Motor Speedway, their infield, they have a double apex, almost exactly like this. Okay, so I am bleeding off the brake pedal. I am patient, but I'm going to get right down on that yellow apex cone. At this point, I've already moved my vision to my track out cone. Okay, you've got to get to the track out. And I'll tell you one thing, if you turn in early on that very first turn, you've lost this entire section of track. The entire section, just by one mistake. So stay true to the reference cones. About right here, if you are carrying enough speed, and you can lift. When you lift off the throttle, that left front tire takes a set, and the back end will begin to rotate just slightly with you. When it does that, it's going to be complete with its rotation somewhere as you pass the blue right here. That means that if you carry the speed in to get that rotation, you're not going to have to steer right here to get back down to there, okay? If you come in and you come in slow, like you're going to do the first few laps for sure, then you do have to put a little bit of steering in. What we don't want you to do is turn in early here. If you turn in early, you don't have many good options because you're pointed at that guardrail, okay? The right front tire comes into contact with this inside white line at one point only, and that is at the point where that yellow cone is sitting. You do not want to turn in early, and that's a good guide for you. But your vision up by that yellow cone is so important. Look where I'm at right here. Look where the car's positioned. Look where the car's positioned, okay? Now, I say, okay, I've got to get to my yellow apex, but up here's my track out. I begin working the wheel in if I'm going slow enough that I need to get down to it. And right there, bam, my white line and my yellow apex meet, okay? And what that does is it points me not out here, but straight to my track out. That means I can roll in the throttle. I've got 10 miles an hour more speed through here, okay? You can't go full throttle coming off right there because your wheels are not yet straight. But as you are approaching that blue, your wheel is straightening and you are adding throttle. At the blue track out, you're totally straight. For a short burst here, you are full throttle, okay? Now, when you arrive at the braking reference cones on this side, if you do that turn anywhere close to right, you're going to be carrying a lot of speed. That means at the 3 marker, no later, you have got to hammer the brake pedal. This is not a 7, this is a 10, okay, if you're up to speed. Can you go past this 3 marker? Yeah, you can. Can you make that turn correctly up here? No, you can't, okay? This is the compromise turn that Tommy talked to you about in the classroom. Again, here's another place where if you mess this up, you've just lost every bit of what you did right through here, okay? Compromise means you give up entry speed to get up the hill to have an exit speed, because the short straightaway up here, we're not using it as a straightaway on this section of track, but this afternoon it will be a third gear straightaway if you do it right. That's speed. If you turn in early right here, you lose all that speed, okay? So you're braking hard, you're staying on the brake, you're staying on the brake. At the one reference cone here, you downshift a second. Now I'm at my blue. My eyes are already over here. Look at my line. I hadn't turned in yet. I'm going to wrap myself in around behind this yellow apex cone so that I can come up on the right side of the track. My eyes are already over here and I can see my blue track out. Now I begin putting steering in to wrap myself around behind this one, and look where I'm pointed. I'm pointed at my blue track out. Another opportunity to go to throttle sooner because I've extended the length of my straightaway. But as you come up over this hill, everybody wants to jump in the throttle. You jump in the throttle with the load off that left rear tire, okay? It's going to go like that with you, and that's going to cost you a second right here. Just whoop, that's it. So you've got to be patient here, roll into throttle, and as you get straight, pull that gear, okay? Let's do another drive around, talk through, and then we'll give you a couple of laps. Is there any question about anything that I described on that first one? I know it was a lot.
No, makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay. All right. So again, as we line up, I'm already figuring it out. Okay, I got my braking reference points. I know where I'm going to brake. I know how hard. I know I'm going to stay right up against that blue, but I know I've got to move my eyes to that yellow apex and see it in my peripheral vision, because I am really looking at that blue track out cone. That's my goal, okay? So, off the line. Okay, work your way over to the left. Brake, 6 or 7, true to that blue. Don't turn in early, right up against the yellow apex. Let it track all the way out, lift, looking. See, I hadn't come in contact with that white line yet. Now, bam, right up against the apex. Let it track all the way out as I'm adding some speed, full throttle, brake, 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 downshift. First downshift right there. Behind it. Eyes across. Behind it. Smooth throttle. And then this morning we're going to whoa it down. But all of this section you're going to be running this afternoon. So third gear straightaway, a lot of speed. It's worth a second to you. Let it rotate. Patience adding throttle. As you get it full straight, full brake, downshift, look, turn, patience, patience, roll into the throttle. Okay? Let's do it with one more speed. I didn't even have to steer. It pointed me exactly where I needed to go. A little slick there. Big brakes, downshift, look, turn, and go. Okay?
Very nice.
Alright, you guys can go on and strap in.